I'm so like, I'm so over the shirt. Lord knows how this one's gonna go. But I don't think anyone's gonna join. I don't think anyone's gonna join this time. No, because I ended the last one. Is it done? Oh. Oh, they left. See? Uh, yay, the chat worked. Oh, I'm so glad. Hello, I'm so sorry about the last video, only because, yeah, my dumbass was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be okay, and jokes, it was not. And yeah, oh my gosh, how have you guys been? Have you guys had a good week or so, or day even, let's all chat before, it becomes, I don't know how this, I don't know how my brain works, so I don't know how this conversation is realistically going to go. So yeah, what time is it for you guys? Thank you. Although I technically cooked this, he had to do the rest because I was going to be late. School holidays soon. I know, I really miss Australia's heat. It is so cold here. Like, we woke up this morning, it was like -4, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm glad your week's been good, Josh. Oh, how did you break your toe? What did you do? Oh my god, that's crazy. But wait, no, you don't get a cast if it's a toe, right? Ow! Oh my god. That reminds me of like when I was a kid at one of our training sessions. So our floor was like carpet, and then there was like this one metal bar on the floor, and then it was like wood after it, right? So it's like a metal bar dividing everything. And when you do drills, you don't realize, and then so you kick the metal bar, and one guy kicked it so bad he broke the bone that supports his like toenail. So like it was really really bad. Oh my god. Uh, man, I hope it heals soon though. Wishing you all the best. Not have to limp around too much. Not sure if you know this, but I train at this. You're actually training at MAS, really? Which branch are you at? That's that's an interesting thing. Baba, someone trains at the same at my old dojang. That is so cool. I don't know. Like, I am bad with names these days. When I was working a lot, it was a bit different because like we had to bounce off and like remember people's names like that. Oh my god. Hey, oh my gosh, hey Tamia. Yeah, I'm at Preston's. Oh nice. Brown belt so soon. Oh, all the kids grow up so fast, you know that? Yeah, so, yeah, my friends are like you messed up. Anywho's, I am glad. Actually, I was supposed to upload this video. Oh, you did the mud shop. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry I can't remember you very well. Oh, honestly, Josh, you're not missing out much on getting your black belt, Papa. Okay. Oh, yeah. There should be, yeah. Sorry, just give me that one. I mean, getting to red belt itself is like a big feat already because like I used to train with a lot of people, thank you, that like would literally be there for how to say like they'll literally get their like yellow belt or blue belt or something and then they'll like just stop doing it in total. So it's actually really like But yeah. Oh my god, I hope you're doing well at the gym though. It's nice to know that some of you guys are like from my old place. Well, we can probably turn off that now. It's gonna be too loud. Come on. Is anyone else eating dinner or is it just me eating dinner? Because it's like 7 p.m. right now for us. Yeah. Ah. And make sure you guys are all eating properly as well, because like, you know, you guys are gonna start getting like stressed out and stuff. So you gotta make sure you keep fully nourished. I want boba. We call it bubble tea actually. So every time someone calls it boba, I'm just like, it's bubble tea. I miss you too, Kira. You guys are also cute. I hope I can like somehow find a ticket to go home that doesn't cost me like over $1,000, because quarantine's also $3,000 when you get to Sydney. So for me to go back to Sydney, it's like anywhere between like 4 to 5K, and I'm just like, not about that life. I mean, call it bubble tea, call it boba. I just think bubble tea is a lot cuter. Oh my gosh. Tell them to come fight me. I'll fight them for you, don't worry. As long as they're in Korea. So yeah, I was supposed to upload the video for you guys to view today. It's technically in private right now, but I'll fix it up after the live. But what happened is I had some technical difficulties with it again, and I'm just getting really, really over like my editing software. So I'm about to throw my whole laptop out the window, because I can afford to throw my laptop out the window like that. But anyways, so that video is kind of like talking about like, I don't know, like I wouldn't say cultural appropriation, but more like cultural idolization and generalization. Like if you guys like watch my TikTok where I was like telling you guys what exactly the stream's about, basically I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, just day-to-day life as well, but also just to see if you guys understand like a lot of people are generalizing Asian culture quite a lot, especially on social media, because a lot of people moved overseas during this time, and we're like, are kind of making accounts specifically talking about like how much they're now an expert of the country. Like I know my channel is kind of like, oh, I moved to Korea, like this is all the shit that's happened. Like I get that like I'm trying to talk about myself in this sense, but like what I mean is that like they literally generalize. They're like, oh, this is what like Asians think of like this race, or Asians think of this topic and stuff like that. So what I wanted to talk about was just like, don't do it. Just don't do that. There's been a lot of beef between like Asians and like Caucasians about it. Yes, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, the American City individual and I live in the same country, and we basically make similar content. And I don't want to get dragged in the mud for stupid shit that they're doing. So you gotta like come out and say something. And oh man, I really just want to punch a lot of people. But I've also gotten a lot of like no, I don't have enough followers for shots to be fired, guys. But I've been told by a lot of the Americans at like the bars that I work at, they're like, oh, like I went to America, I went to like Australia, and like I saw this and this and this, and I was like, yeah, that's really cool. And they're like, you know, but you guys all only do this. You guys are all afraid of spiders and snakes and stuff. I'm like, that's a natural instinct to be afraid of them. And they're like, yeah, but like, you know, you guys are really jumpy around them. And I was like, no, we can identify most spiders to be like, that's a huntsman. You guys don't need to be afraid of it. And oh, I get so annoyed. And then they're like, oh, everything in Australia kills you. I'm like, no, the only thing you worry about is magpies, because it's swooping season. That's the only thing you worry about. Like, you don't really worry much. Yeah, like his responses weren't educated. Like he's not reflecting on himself realistically. That's why I think there's so much heat coming from it nowadays. But also like a lot of Asians are just sick of like people going to their countries and like all of a sudden like, oh, I know all this stuff. I know they should do the dinner plate spider. Dinner plate spiders are pretty fun. They're massive for no reason. It's kind of like, no offense to bodybuilders, but a lot of bodybuilders and their muscles. But you should worry about snakes around in Australia, right? Even though you see one, you shouldn't be like, oh, that one's just like non-venomous. Like, you should still not touch a snake. My brother, my parents left him out in his pram out in the backyard, and he was a baby at the time, and they just left him out there just chilling, getting some sunshine and whatever. Next thing we know, my mum goes to check on him and she screams, and there's a python like just wrapped itself around his pram at the base, and mom's just screaming. She's like, "Oh my god, there's a snake! There's a snake!" It's like, and then my dad's like, "So we having snake soup?" And I'm like, "That's your first response, Dad?" My dad's response was, "Oh, we're having snake soup tonight." I'm like, "You don't even know if you can have soup out of it." And also, your son is, you know, looking like a tasty snack for the danger noodle. Yes. Although I do have a friend who had like 3 danger noodles as pets, and every time I go to her house, all the big boys in in our team. So I don't know if you know them. You probably won't because they were like the big boys when I was a kid. But basically, they used to run away from her snakes, and her snakes were about like this long, basically. So it wasn't anything crazy. But it's just fun to see like the big boys like, "Oh my god, don't come near me with that." And she's just playing with all these snakes. Ah, man, I do want to see a quokka though. Like, I really want to go. There is actually a petting zoo kind of um open area near my house that actually recently got 2 quokkas like exhibits. So my friend was gonna go and see how it is, and then she was gonna let me know. But obviously, Corona at the moment, so we gotta be careful. Oh, 5 foot python is okay. I mean, like, I'm 5'2". Actually, that's not okay. Like, that's it. I'm only like 2 inches bigger than that thing. Just go and have fun. Like, most boys are actually really scared of snakes. It's really funny, actually. Hmm? Israel. Yeah. He's on here.
You know, there is a snake in our university.
Wait, we have a snake in our uni? Yeah. Or she?
So, when you saw the snake, I was kidding. Hey, there's a snake in front of you, and he run away.
I'm 5'9". Oh, no. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. I don't know if the python likes humans. I don't know. We shall see, I guess, but it'll be fun to like see. I really just want to go to a zoo. It's really boring. I've literally been in my room all week. Like all week long. All I've done is just eat, sleep, edit. I don't know. I mean, if I've been in my room all week, I should have had the video uploaded early, right? But no, your girl was sleeping like 18 hours a day. Doing the bare minimum. Oh my god. I really want to go to Taronga Zoo. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you come to Sydney with me, I'm going to take you to Taronga Zoo. We're still trying to like find time to go because technically Jin is supposed to go to America. But like right now, because we all know what's happening with America and Corona, so it's a little difficult to go. So he might be doing his first semester online here. Like a lot of international students have been doing, where they just stay in their home country and do online classes instead. And then if that's the case, I could technically just go home and do the rest of my course online for the next year. But I also kind of don't want to go home. Well, like a little bit. I really do want to go home, specifically because like I miss my friends and like I guess my family a little bit, but I mainly miss my friends because I miss our adventures. I have one friend who gets rowdy like by accident. Oh my god, it's Felix. Hi. I haven't spoken to you in ages, dude. Well, like you see, I'm trying to live stream. We're just gonna see how this goes. It's like a fortnightly thing. So yeah. So every like fortnight Sunday, I'm going to like, thank you. I'm literally just going to be doing a live stream. You guys can decide the topic. I was supposed to leave like a topic link for you guys to kind of vote on, but my bad. And yeah, so then you guys can just like, we just want to have dinner, chat about stuff, like how the day, the week's been and stuff, and then talk about the topics that you guys might want to ask, because you guys are sending me a lot of questions, and I feel really bad that a lot of the times it's taking me really long to film like a Q&A for you guys. So I think this is probably just a lot faster and a lot easier for you guys to literally just let me know what you guys want to see or what you guys want to know. Because yeah, a lot of things are happening. Like I'm gonna quit all the bars. So I'm gonna quit working at all the bars now, and because I don't think my body's gonna be all right going back and forth between that place, like between that area, a couple of days a week. And it's the same with the parcel place. It's just no offense to like any American tea, but the Americans in that area, some of them, I'm just like that's all I can say. Yeah. So I do want to keep like my safety as a priority. Yeah. So because I don't know if you guys saw, actually half the time I just post on TikTok these days. Yeah, I literally get home at like 6 a.m. I once got home at 11:30 actually, and I was like, can I do this again tonight? And then I slept, and then I woke up at 4:30 to get ready for work again, which I had, yeah. And then I came back at like 9:30 the next day, and I was just like, I can't do this. But yeah, so at the bar a couple of weeks ago, it was like a normal night, and then all like next thing I know, there's like screaming and stuff, and I was like, what the hell? My boss is drunk. We were playing drinking games with a customer, and she did not react well because she's drunk. So because of that, she went a bit loopy, didn't know how to handle the situation, and she was basically screaming profanities at this customer who, she shouldn't have served alcohol to, because he couldn't even get through the front door. Like our door's a glass sliding door that you press a button, and the button's like right there. You literally walk up to the door and you see the button. And the guy was so drunk he couldn't see the button, and he kept walking into the door. And when I saw him do that, I was like to my boss, I was like, yeah, that's pretty much the time when the police came to my bar. Yeah. So I was like, I'm like, no alc. Like, he can, if you want, like, let him in, but no alc. Like, come on. You know what she does? She gives him alcohol. I was like, all right, you take care of it then. And the next thing I know, when the guy tries to leave, he's racked up a decent tab, and she goes to try and like use his card to pay, and that got declined because there's no money on it, because he's clearly been drained at another place, obviously, because of the state he was in. And by the way, the man was wearing like Gucci shoes, Gucci belt, like Dolce Gabbana sweater, and I was like, just take his shoes or his belt. That will like cover your rent for the month. Like, don't even worry about the little tabs. But like, obviously, I can't say that. But yeah, so she kind of kicked him out, but with the help of some regulars, that we dropped him off at the front, and we're like, should we call a taxi? And then she's like, no, just leave him on the side of the road. And we're like, I'm like, I'm gonna go back upstairs. There's no one else upstairs, and like, I don't really want any more drunk people going in. So I went upstairs and I chilled, and so I thought that was like the end of the night stitch, but no, we had a couple come in, And then they had a couple of drinks. That was fine. And then their friend joined them. And then the couple went to leave with their friends. And then my boss threw a hissy fit because she's like, no, you didn't pay for your tab, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, they paid their tab. She's like, oh, did they pay you? And I was like, no, I can't use the cash register, remember? You didn't teach me. She goes, oh, so how do you know? I'm like, the little receipt is still attached to the damn machine. And she's like, oh, my bad. And then while they were waiting for the elevator, the man that joined the couple afterwards started punching the boyfriend. And we were like, what? And so then we had to jump in. And then, yeah, so it's like these two retired veterans that were like drinking with us literally ran and like separated them. And then they were like, no, this is not on, blah, 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 like, you know, classic lines. And then next thing you know, one of the veterans literally charged at the dude and rolled down the stairs. Mind you, these stairs are marble, like marble, and it's freezing in there. And so they rolled down two sets of stairs. Turns out the veteran and his veteran friends who rolled down with him, the two dudes plus the other guy, all three of them rolled down the damn stairs, and one of them ended up with a cracked or fractured rib. And I was like, I don't need this tonight. I'm like, what the hell? And then people run from downstairs to up where we were and try to like separate them, trying to help them. And then some geniuses brought the drunk Korean guy back into our bar. And I was like, why? And then I explained to him, I'm like, he can't pay the bill. He was sent downstairs to catch a taxi to go home. Next thing I know, my boss gives him more alcohol. And I'm like, guys, seriously. I'm like, do you remember the man has no money? And she's like, oh, like, it's fine. And I was like, it's not fine. You can barely pay rent for this place. It's not fine for you to give it. Yeah, it was pretty much like a punch on. And my boss was trying to call the police the whole time when the fight was breaking out. And then the couple kind of snuck away, so she couldn't call the police. Yeah, I was surprised because like everyone knows where everyone else works in this area. But at the same time, I'm like, on making sure like the rest of the bar doesn't get affected, because we actually had another dude passed out on our couch for like 5 hours. Like he was passed out. The police came and looking at him, they're like, is he doing okay? And I'm like, I think so. I think so. I don't know. And I was very tired. And then yeah, so my boss was giving Korean guy more alcohol. Then she goes, then he tries to leave. Also, he tried to kiss her, which she tried to avoid, but then he's also drunk, so he can't stand. So he dragged her down and they both fell to the floor. He basically knocked his head against like a steel table leg. And I was just like, oh my God. And my boss is still drunk. And one of my regulars who's a medical staff was like, oh my God, make sure he doesn't like fall asleep. If he falls asleep, he's going into a coma. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, we should be calling the hospital or something. Like, and then he goes, we'll call the police. Police come in and then they take all these like information. They look at my Snapchat because I was like, they were like, do you guys have any evidence of the damage that he was doing? And I was like, I got Snapchat. And I gave it to them and they looked at it and then they were like, okay. So then they took all these like info and stuff and I was like, oh my God, the man's going to get charged or he's going to be served something. Next thing I know, all of them literally don't do squat and they leave. Like I was like to the boss, I'm like, the police aren't going to take him. Like what? And she says, oh well, because I don't want to sue him. The police can't do anything. And I'm like, they could at least take him off the premises. And she's like, no, Korean police don't work like that. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm getting out of here, bro. Yes. The police were Korean police. If it was the military police, it would have been a different situation. Because what happened is a lot of the people that helped out were actually part of the military, the American military. So if the military police was to rock up, they would 80 to 90% chance have gotten in trouble for being there. So yeah, a lot of them were telling me that like if they're not careful, even though they're trying to do the right thing, they have consequences and they'll get in trouble. So the ones that were helping out were like, I've already gotten written up twice for helping out separate a bar fight. And I was like, what? So yeah, it's a very weird stitch. I do like the boss is really nice to me, but at the same time, like I can't do another night where I had to deal with all of that stuff. Yeah, it was a bit crazy, and I got home at 9 a.m. and I just not. I was just not. Plus, the pay here is very, like Australia has fair wages. It's not quite fair. Yeah. Anywho, does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep rambling about like random shit. Maybe I should just live stream eating dinner half the time. I feel like that's something that works. What do you think, Bubble? You're not even paying attention to me, are you? Also, technically, I'm supposed to be at training. We had training at like 7, and I was like, I have something to do. So, I mean, I feel like this is more important at the moment. Purely because I've been having a weird set of temperature recently, so I think that's like from doing stupid things like overworking. So, and obviously we have to get our temperature tested before and off campus and stuff. So I do have to be careful of that as well. So yeah, Corona is being taken very seriously. How Korea, Taekwondo, and Osman is different. Well, in Australia, we don't really use the Korean terms or the names. So when I got here, I was like, yeah, roundhouse kick, like middle section punch. And then they were like, no. And I was like, then I don't know anything. So yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, I heard. I saw the photos and stuff. I'm super excited to check out the new branch. I'm really happy for Coach Josh though. Like, I'm glad that he finally got the full-time post because that was on discussion for like 3 months before I left. So yeah, well, realistically, that means discussion like since we opened. So yeah, it took like over a year to fulfill, but hey, it's better than nothing. I miss like seeing all of you just like running around the place. My favorite thing to like watch you guys do when you guys were at training was like just how easily and fast you guys became friends with the new kids. Like it literally took maybe a week or two, and you guys just started, going there and started like hanging out with them. And I was like, what? Yeah, I heard a couple of you guys stop, and I was like, I'm really heartbroken, but it's kind of part of life, if that makes sense. Like, out of all the people that I started training with from when I was like yellow belt, blue belt, besides like you guys will know, like obviously Coach TJ is Master Terrence's little brother, so I grew up training with him. But the people I graded with for my black belt test, there was 4 of us that graded. All 3 of them actually don't practice anymore. They left pretty much after they got their black belts. Yeah, and then a lot of people that graded in the next session and the sessions afterwards for their black belts also stopped and moved away. Like it's part of life. You're going to meet all sorts of people, and then yeah. Yeah, a lot of them were like, "You're really gonna start a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Why not? Like, I moved to another continent already. Like, why not try something else? Like, I don't know. I did a TV show in Australia already, so what more else? Like, how much worse can a YouTube channel be? You know?" But yeah, you know what? Actually, funny enough, I actually graded Coach Josh. If you didn't know that, so Coach Josh, Coach Vince, I graded. Funny enough, Coach Ty got his black belt somewhere else. Cool. Yeah, like it's really funny. I graded a lot of the head. I graded like a couple of the head instructors and stuff. Actually, I graded Elijah and Edwin as well. If you know Coach Edwin, he's kind of my cousin. Oh, the leadership team, nice. Yeah, the mini ranges are really fun. Sometimes they say the silliest things, and you will like, you will literally lose it. I remember teaching a class, and I was like to the kids, "Okay, guys, what sound does like what sound does a dog make?" And then they were like, "Woof," and I'm like, "Cool." And so I clapped the paddles, and they did the drill. They started saying "moo," and then me and the parents were just like, "We can't laugh, but at the same time." And yeah, I did a TV show in Australia. It was like a vlogumentary kind of thing. So it's like a vlog with a documentary hybrid thing. I don't think it's online anymore. You can probably find snippets of it on YouTube. But yeah, it was like talking about the final year of my high school life. And disclaimer, I was very, very kind of like cringe and opinionated. Not that like I'm any different now, but it was a lot worse back then. I mean, I look back at it and I'm just like, wow. Yeah, so if you guys want, you guys can watch it. I don't know. I will probably end up just talking about stupid things I did anyway. That's pretty much like my whole thing. I'm pretty much a screw up in a lot of things in life. So yeah, like moving to another continent without doing proper planning, which is why half my videos are like, plan properly, be prepared, do things properly. Um, oh my god, you guys are getting red belts already, and I promised you guys I would. And I said that the next time I'd see you guys would be red belts. I think the next time I see you guys might be black belt now. Oh, yes, I am very popular, Eddie. I am very popular. For those who don't know, Eddie's actually Jin, who's sitting next to me. Who ooh, Japanese milk bread. I could use some. And no, trust me, I'm not a legend. My mate Felix is though. We call him the legendary Felix, so he's a legend. And I think Coach Edwin's at Parramatta now. If that serves my memory correct, because I didn't really keep track of majority of the stuff after I left, just because like I wasn't really going to stay in the group chat for that stuff after I left the center. But Parramatta is really nice. I was there for just about 3 years teaching there, and I also worked at the actual venue as well. So it's at Lollipop Playland in Parramatta, and yeah, like it was really it's really nice. Like, I actually can't lie, it was horrible. The kids were cute, but the parents sometimes take it too far, and some of the kids have zero self control. Jen, you want to say hi? Yeah, he's been harassing me all day, just harassing me because he didn't really want to study, even though you should be studying. Because he's got his midterms before me.
Hi guys. Bye guys.
You guys, all right, you guys got coffee machines just as I left. I was like, you know what? Before we got the coffee machines, we used to have to run and get Master Terrence and everyone like a coffee run every like day, pretty much, because they would always drink so much coffee. Well, this was kimchi fried rice, by the way. I cooked this up really quickly before I started the stream, and then Jen had to finish cooking because I realized I was running late. Don't praise Jen. He's gonna get a big head. He actually will get a big head. Don't worry, he doesn't understand it. But like, I really want to do videos talking about like how to kind of survive being like a broke student in another country as well. Like, you know, just tips and tricks and stuff like that. Yeah, the Macca's in front of the office does not disappoint. If you ever feel like it, go for a walk to Subway as well. That's also pretty fun. Just go for a walk up to Subway. Or you go for a walk to the HSP place and get kebabs as well. Man, I miss HSP so much. Can you believe they don't have HSPs here? I'm pretty sure it's just an Australian thing though, to be honest. I don't know. But I really miss HSPs. Like, you have to... Oh my God, if you don't know what it is, it's literally a bed of chips, like hot fried chips or fries, for those of you that don't call it chips. And then it's like cheese, then it's kebab meat. You pick whatever meat you want. And then there's another layer of cheese. And then it's like the Holy Trinity, you know, sauce. And then, oh. I feel like calling my friends for like a late night kebab, like HSP run now. I know. Christmas. Oh, don't get me started. I'm still waiting for the package from my parents. They were still buying more things to put in the package for me. So I asked them to send me like 10 jackets. Yeah, 10 jackets, 5 pairs of pants, and like maybe like 5 shoes or something. And then they were like, do you want any snacks? And I was like, hell yeah, I want snacks. So they're sending me like Lindt chocolates and Tim Tams, you know. I did ask for a Vegemite. Not that I like Vegemite, but it's just to, you know, get everybody else to taste test, because I live in how many rooms are there here? Yeah. 3 out of 4 rooms in our building is like occupied by foreign people. So I do want to get them to try Vegemite, so it'll be like fun. But yeah, and then afterwards I just like eat it off the building or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna eat it. And then I think they're gonna send like a bunch of like natural lollies as well, which I love. And then they're sending me a bunch of stuff in my room that I kind of requested. I also asked them to send me blue tack. You cannot find blue tack here. And it's been pissing me off because there are things I want to stick up, but I can't because there's no blue tack. And whatever they have as a substitute is not good. It's not good. You might as well chew gum and then stick it on your wall. Oh yeah, if you do that around Coach TJ, he's gonna get very jealous, because we used to have to diet so much to a point where like we started like we would starve ourselves to a point. Like there were days where we didn't eat for 3 days, and then we didn't have water for 2 or 3 days as well, and we were doing like long sessions of training and sauna to lose weight and stuff. So sometimes when we get cravings, our intensity becomes a little bit different, just because we went through those phases of like not eating for such a long period of time. And that wasn't like something we did like for 1 year. It went on for like 2 to 3 years where we did that. So psychologically, food is a very hard thing for some of us to really process. Like, I still have a love-hate relationship with food. Like, I love food, but there are days where I'm like, I don't want to eat you because I feel like I'm like getting bloated, I'm getting fat or anything like that. And like, before anyone says, no, you're not fat, like, trust me, I know I'm like tiny, but it's kind of the damage of what happens when you do a weight-based sport. And there's when you didn't manage your weight properly, it becomes such a big problem. So I will do a video talking about this stuff, because it is a very big thing in Taekwondo as well, if you are looking to, you know, study abroad or like do competition seriously as well. So from personal experiencing, not being able to understand dieting and not being able to do a lot of things because I don't understand how to diet, and, you know, staying strong when I'm dieting and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Yes and no. Like, in general public, most people are comfortable with how they are, basically. But if you want to be in the spotlight, they do kind of push on this like agenda of like this is how skinny you need to be, like you have to get like, this skinny to be like, yeah. But a lot of girls are trying to like, you know, lose weight and be skinny and maintain a small figure, which I kind of understand in that sense because, you know, Asians in general, girls are very vain. Like, that's pretty much a fact, you know? I mean, I have so many clothes because I like clothes and I like the way I look in clothes, but at the same time, like, I don't like looking at myself, if that makes sense. Like, it's a very interesting body dysmorphia, I think. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. By the way, when you do competitions, at certain levels, you have to weigh in your underwear or naked. So yeah, that's kind of why a lot of people don't like looking at their bodies after a certain X amount of time competing if they have like a really bad issue with making weight and stuff like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I don't know, a lot of people don't really talk about these things as much, which is understandable. Yeah. Like, I try to help people when they tell me about that. Yeah. 진짜로. Yeah. It takes some time to get used to as well. But I think it's not just the skinny part that is like a thing here, it's also like your face. Mm. Because when I was working at the like while I'm working at the parcel place, I'll rock up. And by the way, work starts around like 6, 7 p.m., right? So this is the time when the skin's supposed to breathe. Half the girls rock up with like a full face of makeup, and I'm like, you're lucky if I'm even wearing lip balm. Like, I look like a hot mess. But you're there to work at like a really dusty and kind of really gross place in that sense. So I don't see a point in wearing makeup, but you know, props to them for having the energy to do so. I don't understand, but props to them, I guess. But yeah, they always have this thing where they have to look ready and presentable. A lot of the times when Jin and I go to like cafes and stuff to study, this guy's kind of dressed up like smart casual kind of, and I'm literally sweatpants and a hoodie. And then people just look at us, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. Which is funny because I used to be the one that was always dressed up. If you ask my best friends, they're always like, stop being overdressed. But I'm excited to show you guys my clothes once they arrive. I finally get my blazers back. You don't understand. I miss my blazers so much. I realistically should have just paid for extra baggage and bought all my blazers with me to here. But I also should have just bought the rest of my uniforms as well. I don't know. I should have packed better. Because I did not plan my packing very well. As you guys may or may not know that from previous videos. Are you gonna fall asleep? Right, because you've been sleeping all day. Man's been napping all day. I don't know how half these people are napping all day. My roommates are literally waking up at like 7 p.m. and then sleeping again at like 9 p.m. Which I am amazed at, to be honest. Like, that's a superpower on its own. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, we have been here for a while now. Is there anything you guys want to ask before I kind of wrap this up? Because, yeah, I wasn't expecting to be on with he's an old man. You guys know that Jin is like 2 years younger than me, right? Yeah, he is an old man as well, but he's actually 2 years younger than me. Which is very funny. And then Christmas. Oh, I'm actually going to be sending some packages home to Sydney. So yeah, I'll take you guys along with me to go do some Christmas shopping if you guys want to see that. And then packing up some stuff because I have my best friend's shoes that I bought back in April. Yeah, like Coach Josh's age. Yes. Duolingo works, kind of, I guess. I think it works because it's like extra lessons for me because I basically don't even pay attention. I don't even attend my Korean lessons anymore because they're a waste of my time. I'm sorry, but they really are. Jin's listened to my classes before and he's like, you are not learning shit in this class. And I was like, yeah, no shit. None of us are learning shit. Why else do you think there are people that take this course like for 2 years, 3 years before they even like 70-80% fluent? So yeah. Yeah, so Jin is Coach Josh's age. Fun times. But I paid for the full version of Duolingo because I'm an idiot. But I paid for the full version because I was like, there's more benefits. There actually kind of is because I don't like to use my data too much because it is, I wouldn't say exy, but I'm also like, I don't want to use it too much. So having the full version allows you to download everything. So yeah, you can just download and go. And plus, there are a lot of places that don't have Wi-Fi anyway, or like bad connection, so you're just ready to go. So it's pretty good. But it is pretty repetitive. So just be prepared if you don't like too much repetitive. But best advice for learning a language is to be repetitive. Like the only way I'm learning all the swear words from Jin because he kind of gets me to use the swear words a lot on him daily. He's not even paying attention anymore. He's just, I don't even know what he's doing. But it is just funny every time I look at him and he freaks out a little bit. I'm evil. But do you guys have any videos you guys want to see before the end of the year? Just because it's around like Christmas time and the end of the year kind of thing. So if you guys have anything, like you should probably let me know now while I'm planning out the rest of this month's videos because this is around the time I normally start planning what I want to put out for the month. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys like 3 minutes. If you guys have anything you guys kind of want to drop, you guys can put it in here. I don't know. I just want to make sure you guys are like enjoying the stuff and getting your questions and stuff answered, I guess. But yeah, I should probably let you guys know I'll do the unboxing videos and the packing videos. I don't understand what Vlogmas is. Like, are you supposed to vlog the entire month of December or like what's happening? Because yeah. Anyways, I think I will probably just film Christmas Day at night. Oh, but we're gonna have a really big New Year's Eve party because I don't know if you guys know this, but in Korea you turn basically you have your technical birthday on the first day of the year. So when the clock strikes midnight on the 31st or the first day of 2021, we're gonna have cake to celebrate everyone's extra year. Guys, I just got used to being 23 here, and now I'm 24. Are you serious? Are you serious? What the? I'm not okay with this. I am not okay. Like I'm literally almost there at a mid-20s crisis. Although I just think my life in general is a little crisis. So yeah. I will plummet your ass into the ground in a second, child. So yeah, we're gonna have a really big New Year's Eve party with so my 2 roommates. I think. Are you joining us for New Year's? Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's joining us. Yeah, I do think my life is a crisis. That's kind of like my life motto at this point. My life is a crisis. Listen, you guys can ask me about all the dumb things I've done in my life, and I'm happy to tell you because there are so many. But yeah, I think my neighbor across the hallway Samuel is joining us as well. Maybe his girlfriend. I don't know. I think Tom and his girlfriend might be joining us as well. Tom probably will join us, but his girlfriend's a bit not sure yet because she might be with her family. Other than that, I don't really think there's anybody else that might join us. Do you think Dongul will join us? Yeah. Will he join us for New Year's, or will he join with the Chinese? Still gonna have a massive party in my room. Well, I should start preparing a menu then. Oh, this is good because I didn't get to make like a big menu for my birthday, so it's like makeup. Because yeah, if you guys watch my birthday video, I showed you guys like how I normally make like a massive feast. That is fun. I spent 3 days cooking. 3 whole days cooking. And I'd still be late to my own birthday because I'm not dressed and ready because I'm still cooking when people start rocking up. So yeah, time management is not one of my strong points, obviously. I'm also starting a series on my TikTok where I'm talking about all my favorite working holiday shift stories. So listen, if you're strapped for cash and you live in Australia working retail, the holidays will guarantee you'll get a lot of shifts. But you will also need to prepare for the dumbass truth that is people and customer service. Like, yeah, trust me, I have so many story times on my TikTok that I have not yet finished because I just haven't really continued my story series. Like, there's a series where it's like dumb shit that's happened at my job. So that's just all year round BS that's happened. Then there is another one where it's like dumb things that I've done and somehow gotten away with. I think I'm up to like part 4 or 5 with that one by now. Like, if you guys have seen it, one of them I was 16. One of them I told you guys, I was 16 and I dated a 22-year-old online after I met him at a competition. And I thought it was all, oh yeah, this is going to work. This is going to be great. I'm going to date this 22-year-old at 16. And so many people got involved. Like, yeah, Master Terrence and his mom and my parents got involved, and I got earfuls and earfuls, man. Technically, it's supposed to be, but the thing is, like, we were like dating for like a week or so. Like, I was very spineless at 16. So basically, like, when they all found out, I was like, I denied that. I was like, no, I'm not dating him. And yeah. And then I like basically broke up with him. I was like, this is not gonna work out. This is really awkward. Yes, case indeed. But funny enough, this guy actually lives near Seoul now. So he's actually not Korean. But yeah, we basically live in the same country now. It's actually funny, but I'm not really going to meet him. So yeah, Tamia, your mom knows too many stories about me, by the way. So, I have plenty of tea. Don't worry. Don't you worry. There are plenty of tea. But also, whatever is said on my YouTube and live, you keep that stuff to yourselves, please. Don't go around like telling. Even though technically it's a lie, so people will know. But like, what I'm saying is, don't go poking for instigations. Okay, don't instigate anything. Never instigate anything. Okay, like, trust me, you do not want to instigate it. What's another controversy that I put up there that you might not have seen? I don't know. I've walked in on too many couples in karaoke rooms. Like, I'm not going to say directly what they did, but that room had 2 microphones. There were 2 people in there. One microphone wasn't being used, but they both were holding microphone-like objects. Yeah. So I was like freshly graduated out of high school and I walked in and I was like, excuse me, I'm like, oh, never mind. And, you know, everyone that was working there was like 22 and above. So everyone's like, no, you're such a little baby. I'm like, Look, man, you guys joined this. I'm sorry, like, because I'm no longer your coach. I don't really have to watch too much of what I say. I mean, I'm already not saying it directly, so I go, yeah. But yeah, like the world is a pretty nasty place, guys. So it's better that you learn now than later, I guess. Like, but I'm pretty sure you guys have PDHPE classes, right? Like, aren't you guys at that stage where you guys are supposed to watch the video, or is that just like a public school video that you guys that gets watched? I don't know. Yeah, I'm still your coach, basically, aren't I? I will never live that down. Uh yeah, PE sucks. Trust me, you'd rather the room smell like that than vomit. I've had I didn't put this story up just because like I was I don't know, I didn't think it was like impactful enough in that sense, but I had we have a VIP, we have 3 VIP rooms, right? So 1, 2, 3, and VIP 2 basically has like 12 people capacity, and we had like 15, which you can squeeze in like another 3 people if you really wanted to, and so we had like 15 teenage, like 19-year-old boys rock up and book a session, and they were like going crazy in there, and they did get really crazy in there. They were doing all these drinks and stuff, and then they were like trying to order every alcohol off the menu, like at least 1 cup, which was a bit excessive in my opinion. But like, you know, they're customers, they're paying. I don't really care. Until they found the soju section, and yeah, that was not fun. They ordered like 20 something bottles of like peach soju, and this is like after they've had like pretty much every other alcohol around on the menu. So they're pretty like buzzed, and their stomachs are pretty much like, yeah. So 20 bottles between like 15 dudes. It was okay, let's just say we had to close that room for like a week because the smell did not. Yeah, I know they were wasted, but I still don't understand why we still kept giving them alcohol. But yeah, we had to close that room for like a week. We couldn't use it. It was disgusting. We had a lot of people ask us, "Oh, can I have the room?" And we're like, no way. It's a public, safe, and healthy." Oh no, trust me, we give them water. We give them water, but they still, yeah, yeah. I'm surprised you guys are learning it back in year 6 and year 5 these days. Wow. I think working at the karaoke place is just a great story in general, to be honest. It's just a great experience. Like, it was dodgy. Yeah, it was very dodgy. So dodgy. Yeah, I'm still surprised they're open. And when I quit working there, I would still visit with my friends. So that was always very fun when we would rock up. I still don't have to pay to do karaoke there, because all the managers still remember me and some of the old staff remember me. And I got adopted by one of the seniors, like one of the older dudes in the kitchen. So like I'm his little sister now. So yeah, he's been taking care of me. It's good stuff. But yeah, like you guys should experience working in different places so you can meet different people, and like I think it makes you a better person to meet a lot of people and experience those things as well. Because yeah, after a period of time, when you stop meeting people, you kind of stop seeing like the fun and energy in life, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, because you yourself can't fuel yourself with energy 24/7. Majority of the time, you're going to be bouncing off other people's energy. So realistically, a lot of my like first 2, it was very good fun. Words of wisdom. I have. Yeah, I don't think I'm wise. No, I'm not pointing to you. I don't think I'm like crazy wise. Ew. Hi, hi. Oh, it's my little sis. Yeah, I told you how bad it was, and then I showed you the places too when we used to visit. Remember? And I told you what not to order off the menu because it's not a good idea. Oh yeah, Jin wants to take the Korean English exam together to see who gets a better score. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna get the paper because the Korean university entrance exams just finished. So the latest paper is up, and we'll be able to download it to film and record. So yeah, we should have that up soon. He's betting that he's going to win. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm pretty sure I will still win because he keeps asking me to translate his school homework now and write his emails. Ah, yeah, the connection's really bad, even though like Korea is supposed to have good Wi-Fi. But my mom the other day, team Angie, I'm gonna beat you in the English exam. Anyways, my mom was like telling me how like Australia got like 5G recently, and I was like, Korea's had 5G this whole time. I was like, there was 5G when I rocked up here, and I was surprised too. And then everyone was like, yeah, that's old news, and I was like, so yeah, my mom's like, oh my god, Australia finally got 5G. I was like, yeah, y'all are a bit late now. Australia's a bit late in the Wi-Fi game, even though we invented Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is pretty much not that great anyway. The connection's bad either way. But I have to do a lot of research before I send anything home back to Australia because we all know Australia's freaking shipping laws are like, oh, I can't make that joke. Whew, I almost made a bad joke. Australia's Australia's shipping laws are tighter than my mom's rolled spring rolls. I don't know. They're pretty tight actually, so you don't lose the filling when you fry them. I can't make the original joke because yeah, there's no censorship on this, so you guys realize I swear a lot, and it takes a lot of effort to like cut certain sections out because then I realize it's just half the video is like beep 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 beep. So I got pretty annoyed at the beep, so I changed it to ducks now. So you're what you enjoyed, yeah. I'll let your imagination run to what you think I was gonna say, but that's pretty much like, mm, yeah. Um, I need to tone down my sense of humor. I really do. There are too many kids here. Ah, but sorry, like, oh, actually, yesterday, I'm gonna tell you guys this story before like I dip. Bobo, did you pull out my cord? Did you pull out my charger? Oh, plug it in, please. Anyways, yesterday, one of the guys that I went on a date with many, many, many years ago, not any better with the age difference. I was 18, like fresh 18. I just started working there, right? And this dude was like 22, 23 at the time. So realistically, I was still like a fetus. And so we went on this date and we walked around like the Sydney Harbour and we had lunch and whatever. And like the date didn't go well after that. Like I made my best friend, one of my best friends, Jennifer. I made her go into the movie cinema with me and him because I just felt so uncomfortable and I couldn't leave. Like I couldn't get out of it. So I bought her an extra ticket and she kind of came in with me. So she came in and then we like literally after the movie, we kind of like ditched him and left. And then he called me and then I was like, no. And then Jennifer explained to him, it's not going to work. You're like really, you make it really uncomfortable and blah, blah, blah. And he was just like very forceful. But anyway, so basically that date and etc. didn't end well, right? And then said dude literally contacted me yesterday night when I hadn't seen or spoken to him since like 2nd of January last year. And yeah, like we don't talk regular or anything. He just messaged me randomly all the time. But legit, he just called me and had like a 20-minute conversation with me. And then he was like, oh, like, where are you now? Like, how's Sydney? And I was like, I'm in Korea now. And he's like, oh, really? And he just starts asking me questions. And then something was mentioned. I wasn't paying attention because I was cleaning. And then, oh no, you didn't miss the test story. No, we were just talking about how we're going to do the Korean English final test soon between me and June. We're going to see who gets a better score. But yeah, no, dude, just I don't know. Somewhere in the conversation, I started talking about my friend's girlfriends. And then he was like, "Oh, I heard you have a boyfriend now. Like, I just saw that, blah blah blah." And I was like, "You just saw that I have a boyfriend, but you didn't see that I'm in Korea." I was like, half the stuff that I've been posting these days is in Korea, but you do you, man. You do you. And then when I said that Jin was coming back over, he's like, "Oh, okay, bye. I'll talk to you another time." And he just hung up, and I was like, "Well, that's fun." So I told Jin, and Jin was like, "Why did he message you?" I was like, "I don't know. You talk to him. He's Korean." he bro, he dipped real fast. Oh yeah, after like that, when I kind of like ditched him after the date, right? And then he talked to my friend. She told him that like it wasn't gonna work out, and then the next couple of days after, he approached me at work, and I was like, "We're just gonna be friends. I can't do this." And so yeah, and then 2 weeks later he quit, and I was like, "Oh shit, what are you doing?" This was a gift from my university to me, and you know who's been eating most of it? This fat ass.
Didn't I give you?
No, the university did.
No, I gave you.
No, the university did. No, the university did. Yeah, he literally abandoned ship. He like literally went back to Korea, then came back to work when I was gone for like 2 months. And then, no, yeah, I don't even know who gave it anymore. I threw out the bag, but and then so I left for like 2 months, and I wasn't at work, and then he went there, and then after the 2 months, I came back. He was there for a week, and then he realized I was working regularly again, and then he like applied to work somewhere else. And then like 3 months later, he messages everyone from the job and was like, "Oh, let's all go out for drinks. Like, I'm leaving. I'm going back to Korea." So then he went back to Korea for a year, and then he goes and moves to like rural, like middle of whoop whoop Australia, but just somewhere in the middle of the whoop whoop. And he goes, "Oh, I'm like here now," and I'm like, "I don't really care." I'm like, "I don't care." Yeah, no, I'm typical. Yeah, like he was trying to avoid me, but he also wasn't, if that makes sense. Like he tried to avoid me, but then he'd like always reach out to like talk to me and like get my attention and stuff. And I'm just so confused at that energy. Wow, you buy me pepero and you eat it all yourself? I'm kidding. I don't want to eat pepero right now. It melted. Well, maybe put it in the fridge. Seriously, man, Jin's gonna make me fat. Oh yeah, men are hella confusing. Should I do a video on all the bad dates that I've had? Like, seriously, I've been on way too many bad dates and bad situations with dudes. Like, if younger me was more ballsier and actually like, acted upon the crushes on the girls that I had back then, holy cow, this story would be so much more different. But no, your girl was too scared to act upon those. So yeah, it is just getting my heart broken left, right, and center by dudes because I was confused at my orientation. But I will say this though. This one over here is probably the best situation I've had. Yeah, I'll do a video talking about all the dates, the bad dates and stuff that I've had. I will rank them from how bad I feel, or should I rank them from how bad I feel or from my age? Because they both sound pretty bad to begin with. Shit! What the hell? Yeah, trust me, I would much rather be like I would have much rather like jump ship and went straight for women. But I was still very confused on my orientation back then. Like around that time, my parents were also like preaching the word of don't you dare bring home the same sex partner, otherwise I will disown you, kind of thing. Good times. Look what he's doing. That's not straight up one stick. That's straight up like a paddle now. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, this is pretty much like what we've been doing like all day. It's just like me trying to edit and do random stuff on like my laptop, and then this one just eating all the food in my house. Yeah, he pretty much eats everything in my house.
Yeah, I find Mario.
Yeah, I know. And then he buys me food back, so it's fine. I want a frappuccino. I don't know why. I want to drink chocolate milk.
I'll go cafe.
Later, we'll go together. Yeah, I could use a sweet hit right now. Anywho, do you guys have any final things you guys want to ask before I end this? Because I have taken like over an hour of your night, and I apologize for that. Yeah. Yes, I miss chalky milk. Like chocolate milk here is different. Like I call it chocolate milk here because chalky milk hits different. I miss so many things in Australia. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna do a day where I cook Jin food that I would normally eat in Australia. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna literally cook Aussie stuff that I would have back at home. So as much as I want to give him like a parma, like a chicken parma or palmy, whichever one you guys prefer to say. I don't have an oven, so it's quite hard to do the parma. Yeah, banana milk it's different. But if you want to watch calories, there is a light version of it. Doesn't taste the same though. Still get the banana, but not the same. So yeah. All right, but you guys have my Instagrams and whatnot. So if you guys want like any videos or anything, just shoot me like a request and I will get on to filming. So if you guys want, send it to me before Wednesday. Let's say Wednesday. Then I can schedule it in because I already have a couple of videos that are backlogged that are scheduled to film, but because of Corona, I haven't been able to go film them. So I might just have to change it up and do it at home, sort of stuff. So yeah. But anyways, just shoot me a message if you guys have anything. And we're all good to go. So like I normally say, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, week. And until I see you guys next time, don't forget to smile. Bye. I gotta end this properly.